Good morning, everybody. Welcome to FNP Morning Show. My name is John, and we're gonna talk about some stuff. Let's get through the GW shenanigans. It's what we usually do here. So Blood Bowl. Yep, Zoats have returned to Warhammer Fantasy. They actually were models that you could have in Warhammer Fantasy way back in the day. And then it went to the Famir. Then they all disappeared. And now Zoats are back. They were so popular, I'm guessing, in the Blackstone Fortress that it was time to go ahead and bring them to the field for Blood Bowl. I'm not going to argue. It's really cool. And that model is pretty gosh darn boss looking. I mean, yeah, he's got a little bit of a football attire on there, but if you look past that, right? Look past that and think of it from the aspect of seeing him in Warhammer Fantasy or Warhammer 40K, all of a sudden that just kind of drips away and you're left with an armored beast that you can sit there and easily convert up, toss on a few, depending on which system you're using, throw in some weapons of some sort or some extra armor bits or spiky horn bits coming out of the sides of his helmet, whatever. You could really do a lot of things. What I like also about this model is it looks like he has some Khorne Berserker shoulder pads on his shoulders, and his little front hip plate looks like that armored plate that sits on top of the head of a blood crusher of Khorne. I think that's pretty cool. That's what it looks like to me. So this is a name dude, and I don't know anything about the game too much where I can sit here and go, oh my gosh, look at his amazing stats. I can't do that for you. However, he looks like he's going to be pretty boss. Oh, excuse me. Especially with an ability called Juggernaut. So let's see. Maybe you guys can help me out here. When this player performs a block action as part of a blitz action, but not on its own, they may choose to treat a both down result as a push back result. In addition, when this player performs a block action as part of a blitz action, the target of the block action may not use defend, stand firm, or wrestle skills. I'm guessing that, just like a Juggernaut, lets him just plow on right through people, knocking them down and such. So that'll be interesting to see. I'm going to have to now get my hands on the rule book, which comes out this Saturday, and I'm going to have to take a look at it because now I'm curious on what all that means. And is this guy as scary, beefy as it looks like? So that's a cool thing that's coming. Let's talk about holidays. We got actually two things about holidays I got to talk about. First one just popped up today, and we're probably going to get some more. But every year, Black Library will put out a variety of short stories. And sometimes audio dramas, but usually short stories. And this year is no different. I think we have 12 different stories. It looks like 2, 4, 6. Sorry, I'm trying not to sneeze. 6 for 40K, 3 for Age of Sigmar, and then 3 for the Horus Heresy. That's actually kind of cool. The 12 Tales of Christmas. And then let's see here. They also got... Oh, there's more stories. There's tons of stuff coming out, guys. Holy crap, that's more than just 12. Because that's a lot. Oh, I guess 12 Tales of Christmas. What the heck? That's more than 12. That's more than 12. Oh, that's just the French. Sorry, guys. That's the same thing in French and German. Oh, sorry. So it is 12 Tales. Cool. That's really awesome. I've never really dived into the those 12 Tales or whatever they come out with, those holiday short stories, just because I'd rather wait for them to drop it all into an anthology and buy that later. That's usually what we see. All right, I'm going to bring up those battle forces, but a new article just dropped, and we're going to check this out together live. So the Gladiators, we knew that they were going to be coming out, and this is a good indication that this Saturday, no, not this Saturday. This Saturday is Middle Earth releases, or pre-orders. So the following Saturday which will be the first Saturday of December when it's released, we will see probably Death Guard with their new Miasmic Malignifier and the Lord of Virulence. That's the two new models for the Death Guard and the Death Guard Codex. And we'll see the Blood Angel Codex. And my guess is, now that we're seeing this, the Gladiator tank and the new Land Speeder for Primaris are probably going to roll out for Blood Angels. I wouldn't expect too much new from Blood Angels. That's probably it. Even though it's not a Blood Angel, it's just a way for them to spread out the Space Marine release and to have more for their profit's sake. Going, hey guys, we're going to put out all this stuff and we're going to have a nice solid week release for December. Because it's going to be a light release month, except for the battle forces and such. And we're going to be talking about that. It's just good marketing. So we have, I'm not going to really go over the entire article. You guys can read it, but this looks like it's just, if you can, when you're reading this article, think like you're at a car dealership and you got a car salesman sitting there trying to explain all this to you. And pretty much you're going to, you'll get the idea here. And they're right on the money here, just like I was saying last week, I believe it was, that where the Rhino and the Impulsor are similar to each other, the new Gladiator tanks are essentially the Predators. And if you guys remember, the Blood Angels have their own special Predator, the Ball Predator, that can have the heavy flamers or the twin-linked assault cannons. And the reason why I bring that up is because they're the only one that has their own special Predator. And it's heavily used in at least most of the armies that you see in White Dwarf or on their pages. It's almost always there. So it makes sense for them to wait to reveal the Gladiator tank with the Blood Angels. It's just a way for them to combine it all together. Now, mind you, I see that it's all in Ultramarine colors, because why not? Ultramarine is the poster boy for Games Workshop. It is their Nike symbol, their Adidas symbol, their Apple symbol. It's always that's it. You're gonna have to live with it. All right, so we got the different types or the different variants of that tank. We have the Gladiator Reaper here. I think the Valiant, the Reaper, and the Lancer. Hey, what's going on, Ice Reaper? This right here is the Gladiator variant. This is basically, as you can tell from all the different weapons that he's got on there, it's going to be anti-infantry. We got the, I'm guessing, twin-linked heavy onslaught cannons. I'm assuming that's what it was. So that's probably about 24 shots, 12 to 24, depending on, I can't remember if they dropped down or they went up in quantity. I think onslaught cannons went to 8 and heavy stayed at 12. Oh, okay. Well, cool. Well, we're going over some Space Marine stuff right now, so you might these might be things right up your alley, Ice Reaper. This is one of the new tanks that are going to be coming out. They're not going to go on pre-order this weekend, but I'm thinking that they're going to go on pre-order on Black Friday weekend. So Saturday the 29th, if the information I have is correct, that's when we're going to see this tank and the new Land Speeder for Space Marines go on pre-order. So that should be a release on Saturday the 5th, I think, of December, the first Saturday of December, if all the information I have pans out. At any rate, this is a shoot 'em up. I mean, he's got the heavy onslaught cannon. I can't tell if those are heavy bolters or storm bolters. I'm thinking those are, or not storm bolters, hurricane bolters or some version, their version of a hurricane bolters. Then we've got the Valiant. This is obviously an anti-tank. It's got the twin-linked Las Talon. I'm betting those are Las Talons, not Las Cannons. Probably Las Talons. And then the multi-meltas on both sides. That's definitely going to chew through some armor. And these things are cheap point-wise. And if you've seen the Space Marine Codex, they're about 200 points. That's really inexpensive for a heavy-hitting tank. And you're probably, before it gets destroyed, you'll probably make your points back, which is always good. The last version is the Lancer. This looks like a heavy, I don't know, like a super heavy killer, because it's got the laser destroyer, which is probably one of the most powerful guns in the game. It's got some anti-infantry ones. This basically, I would say this is a dedicated tank hunter, where the Valiant is anti-armor as well, but this is a dedicated one-shot hide, pop out, one-shot, rinse and repeat. So that's going to be awesome. It's good that they're finally getting this out. I'm excited about this. So speaking of Space Marines, you're talking about Space Wolves. Now, these aren't Space Wolves, obviously, but this is the upcoming battle force, and you can obviously use these with your Space Wolf army because you have access to all these now with the new 9th edition Codex. And all these battle forces, and we're going to flip through them all these battle forces, I've got way different values than, let's see here. Oh, thank you for the follow. I really appreciate that. So the highest value right now we have is about 345 for one of the Age of Sigmar, and the least expensive one is 267. That's Necron. Now that is the price of if you were to pull everything out of each of these individual boxes and separate them. Now, every time that they put out these battle forces, you're actually saving around $100. And last year's battle forces range from $170 to $210, and their values were comparable to this. So when I said the other day that expect about a $180 price range for each of these new battle forces coming out, that's what's going to happen. We should know next Sunday. I think next Sunday or Monday, we should know what the prices are. I might know this weekend. I don't know. It depends on if I get my email. But still, right now, like this Space Marine one, since Ice Reaper is looking at Space Wolves, if you're looking for an interesting deal, I mean, first off, the Space Wolf box, the Combat Patrol, I think we've already talked about that before. You save like $60 on that Combat Patrol. It is a really gorgeous box. This one, its value is $270. My guess is that this will be about $180. So almost $100 savings. I'm guessing here on the 180. Even if it's $200, you're still saving $70. That's basically getting any one of those 4 boxes for free. So basically buy 3, get 1 free. So that's not too shabby. The same thing applies to like this Necron one. Don't expect any of the new Necron stuff from the Indominus box, except for there's the 10-man squad of warriors and the scarabs. Now what this does have is like the Doom Scythe, the Tomb Spider, a Chronomancer, the Triarch Stalker, the Immortals, and the Praetorians, which can be the Lich Guard, and the Immortals can also be the Death Marks. I think it's Death Marks, not Death Masks. So that one is, I think I said, was 260. Yeah, 265. I imagine this is going to be 170, 180. I think most of these are going to be about that price. I'm not going to go sit there and list all these because you guys can obviously go to the page and see all this yourself, but these are going to be great values. Same thing with Age of Sigmar, and as usual, Age of Sigmar is probably going to have overall the better value. For some reason, every year these battle forces, you get more value out of the Age of Sigmar boxes than you do the 40K, which isn't much of a big deal. You're still saving a lot of money, and it's really great, and it's not like it's a competition on which one saves you more money. But usually, or generally speaking, you save more with the Age of Sigmar battle forces. So we don't know what the quantities are. I imagine limited allocations. Expect limited allocations at your store. So if there's one of these battle forces that you're looking at, get ready. I mean, I would almost even go, like, I go to the Atomic Hobby Shop in Cypress, Texas most of the time. Sometimes I go to Ed and Games and Hobbies and Fat Ogre Games and Comics, but I usually go to Atomic Hobby Shop. And if I were you, I would automatically go down and say, guys, put me on the list. I want this one. Get your name in there. And once they have the pricing, pay for it right away. Especially, the reason why I say Atomic Hobby Shop is because on Games Workshop pre-orders, they take 10% off as long as it's a pre-order. I can see chat's moving. Let me take a look at chat real quick before we move on. Ice Reaper, I got lucky with starting my Necron army. Got someone's hand-me-downs for super cheap than the Indominus. Woo! So Indominus is going into Space Wolves. Awesome. Oh, good. You can pre-order at your local one. Fantastic. Always support your local stores, because if you don't have a local store, you don't have a place to go and play. I mean, unless you play at home a lot, but there's something about going to a store, hanging out with your friends, and playing. So, yeah, that's good. I would highly recommend. I'm not telling you to do it. I just recommend that you do that. I think it's a good thing. It really helps out your local businesses over the big box stores. And, you know, if they offer pre-order like discount, dude, that's awesome. It really, I think it's ideal for stores to do pre-orders. I think the pre-ordering, like a pre-order discount of like 10%, because they're still making so much money, and not a lot of people take advantage of pre-orders. But what you are doing is guaranteeing that whatever you were going to order for the shelf is going to be there for the people that don't normally pre-order. But now you're getting an extra purchase or two from those pre-orders, or several. And so you're making more money because you're getting more people pre-ordering from you. So it really is beneficial. You're only losing 10% off. The stores are only losing 10%, which for the most part, that's like $5 or $6 for a new item. Or they might lose $10-$20. Oh no, you just lost $10-$20, but you just made like $200. I'm just saying it's advantageous. So, real quick here before we move on, Ice Reaper says, I've started streaming some. It's helpful. Out my group, learn the rules. We just started in July. Awesome. Fantastic. Let's see here. Ice Reaper. Let's see. Can I go to your... Oh, let me pull that off there. Ice Reaper. You know what? We're just going to go ahead and... Oh, nope. What's going on here? Stupid buttons. Have you been streaming on... Oh, yeah, you have been streaming on here. Fantastic. Dude, let me go ahead and get you... Let's go ahead and get you a follow. And let's see here. Follow. We always like to follow other channels, man. This is awesome. So we just followed you. And I really appreciate you following us. We'll definitely... oh, heck yeah. Oh, I know I didn't have to, but, you know, streamers need to support each other. So, like tonight, and I'll show the graphic a little later. I'll be on my Pink channel, and I'll make sure we talk about your channel then too. All right, so we need to move on a little bit from Games Workshop. I want to talk about Atomic Mass Games. We discussed this on Monday evening show. I already forget. It's been that sort of week. So Atomic Mass Games, as a lot of you may or may not know, is probably the newest. Well, they are the newest kid on the block, and they are absolutely bonkers crazy. Have the best, most balanced game out there, the Marvel Crisis Protocol. Absolutely a delight to play and to paint. I highly recommend everybody go to Atomic Mass Games. They have free rules on there, so you can learn how to play the game before you even buy the models. But we had talked about this, that Fantasy Flight Games and Atomic Mass Games, who both work under the umbrella of Asmodee, which mainly concentrates on some collectible card games, but board games primarily. And a lot of you guys know that I've really have been very critical of Fantasy Flight Games over the years. They are a pain in the rear on getting the product out. They've got an issue with balancing their Star Wars games. Hey, good morning, Texas Wargamer. Balancing the games, getting the product out on time, and generally just kind of mucking it up. Now, do they put out a good product? Yes. The games are solid. The gameplay is solid. They just have a balancing issue and a release window. Now, the releasing of the product, they have picked up the pace on. My guess is now that they've Fantasy Flight Games under the Asmodee banner, they let a lot of people off this year. They closed down a lot of departments. They're downsizing so they can concentrate on just some core stuff. Because generally, as you guys know, I've said before, fantasy. I keep wanting to say Final Fantasy all the time. Fantasy Flight Games, they throw so many games out onto the wall to see what sticks, and then they just leave it there. So it just kind of, whatever falls, whatever stays there will eventually kind of trickle down, or it'll just kind of rot away without any support. And then they'll just throw some more out there and just keep heaping it up. And then you got this big, nasty pile on the ground, on the wall, metaphorically speaking. And, what they're throwing out there is a lot of fun stuff. I mean, the Star Wars X-Wing, Armada, and Legion, all good, solid games. Except they're not doing a very good job of balancing it or supporting it. Now, the support, as I said, has changed. They are getting the product out there at a reasonable pace. We're not waiting for literally the slow boat from China as much. My guess is that they've turned up how much they order. They're very careful, like I said, when they throw out so much product and they don't support it, it's because if it doesn't move, and it sits in a warehouse, then it becomes waste. So that's why they only order a little bit at a time, and that's why we're always running out. So I think these popular games and them downsizing, they're upping their quantities, still not to, apocalyptic levels, but enough that we're not having as many distribution issues. Now, my concern is that Atomic Mass Games, who's done a great job with Marvel Crisis Protocol, there was an announcement the other day that there's going to be a combination of basically people from Atomic Mass Games and Fantasy Flight Games are going to be working together under the Atomic Mass Games, AMG, let's go with AMG, banner to be handling all the Star Wars. So what my concern is, the new head of studio is Simone Elliott, or it might be Simon L. I think it's Simone Elliott, who has been working with since about 2015, 2014 with Lucas Arts or Lucasfilm, LucasArts, I think, and being the back and forth go-between. Now, I don't think any of the issues with game design is Simone's fault. However, she's the leader, and so that all comes down on her head, unfortunately. Now, cool thing is Will Schick from Atomic Mass Games, or AMG, and her are going to be basically taking care of this new development with Star Wars miniatures under the AMG banner. So I'm a little skeptical because I have no choice in it, but I don't want the X-Wing, Legion, or the Star Wars developers that they're bringing over to have any say. There's nothing really over here. any say in the Marvel Crisis Protocol, because that game, leave it alone. It's good. You just keep producing the miniatures. You keep balancing it. Keep expanding the Marvel Crisis Protocol universe. Leave it alone, though. Don't bring this new crowd over here that really, really messed up the Star Wars brand. And I think that's the other reason why they're moving the Star Wars brand over to Atomic Mass Games, because Atomic Mass Games, they're doing it right. So I'm nervous and afraid, but I'm also kind of okay with it because it's going to be a combination of the two parties. And Will Pagini, who is a Houstonian, I think it's Houstonian, who used to work at Privateer Press. He is the lead developer for Marvel Crisis Protocol. So my hope is that by him staying as the lead developer of it, that means we don't have any problems. We're not going to have any problems. But still, with them bringing over members of FFG's Star Wars crew, are they bringing over the trash or are they bringing over the level-headed people? That is my concern. Leave the trash. Hopefully the trash is gone, and bring over the good stuff. And hopefully Will Schick and whoever's going to be boosted up to AMG, or from AMG, from MCP, Marvel Crisis Protocol's crew, to work under the Star Wars umbrella, actually make it good. It's still, like I said, it's still a good game. It's just the balance. The balance. The balance is so bad. All right, I feel good now. That was very cathartic. Thank you for letting me rant about that. I think it's still a good thing, mainly because Star Wars deserves a good game system, and that their rules are solid. Like I said before, it's just that there's a balancing issue, and I'm hoping that the AMG crowd will be able to fix those balancing issues. Now, what we will not see, which makes sense, is that we won't be seeing any new games anytime soon, any new Star Wars branded games. Their main focus from their interviews is that they are going to concentrate on the 3 core games, X-Wing, Armada, and Legion, which is good. That's all they need to be concentrated on. That should be their super hyper focus. Don't try to expand right now. Let's get back the passion and get back the clout, or the full steam ahead, whatever you want to call it, that Star Wars had when it first came out. Get that back. Get back that community and push forward with that. And once you've secured that for perhaps a year or two, then go ahead and start releasing something new, like a new game type. Maybe, I don't know, a skirmish game, I don't know. But point being, fix what's broken before expanding. And it looks like that's what they're going to be doing. So long-winded way to explain that I'm concerned. So this Saturday, 8 a.m. Central Time here, we are going to be doing the preview GW store. We're going to be talking about it as it goes. I will try to mute the mic when I'm about to squee and squeal like a schoolgirl. I'm super excited always when we get new products. So we will be covering Decadence and Decay this Saturday morning at 8 a.m. For those of you that are on YouTube, I will get that preview loaded up as fast as I can, as long as I remember. So we will be going over Age of Sigmar, Warhammer 40,000, Necromunda, Warhammer Underworlds, and Middle Earth. It'll be interesting to see what all this is. Especially this Middle Earth. Are we going to be just seeing re-releases, or what are they going to be doing new and different? I don't know. I really don't know. I don't expect the Middle Earth one to be a big announcement. So this is probably going to be about an hour and a half show, hour to hour and a half. We'll see. Real quick, Ice Reaper says, oh, by the way, our orc player is salty if you watch our stuff. I call him down. Yeah, that's no problem, man. It's Warhammer 40K. It's tabletop gaming. There are salty players everywhere, and it happens, especially once a new edition comes out. Hopefully, if they've got, they're having issues and stuff, I know some really, really good orc players that maybe I can have them next time you guys have a show or something, or maybe he can jump in and throw some suggestions. I guess being a salty orc player is kind of good from a narrative point of view, a role-playing point of view, but in actual just real-world gameplay, not so good. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Yeah, it's going to be fun doing a preview. I always look forward to these previews. I get really excited. Yeah, man, we got you covered. We'll watch some of the videos. I'll get the rest of the crew if they can get a chance. We got a new guy that we might be bringing on to help me do the show, because I've been the only one doing it for about a year now, because everybody else has been super, super busy with work and lives and everything that's going on outside in the real world. So real quick, we'll go with the predictions, and that'll be it for today's morning show. I will be back on in the evening at 6 p.m., but with hopefully some new rumors and news for a couple other game systems. So let's start with Warhammer 40,000. I think the big news will be Eldar. I think we're going to see what's coming down the road for Eldar and probably Dark Angels. If not Dark Angels, my guess is Adeptus Custodes for January. The prediction is Eldar are going to be dropping it. If you caught the show Monday, Eldar will be the January 2021 release for Warhammer 40,000. These Ice Reaper, if you're Eastern Standard Time, so I guess that's probably New York, it'll be at 9 a.m. Here in Central Time, it's 8 a.m. And if you're on Pacific, it's 6 p.m. Yeah. So I'll be doing it at 8 a.m. Central Time, which should be, I'm guessing, if you are East Coast, you should be 9 a.m. So 9 for you. Okay, fantastic. So North Carolina. Oh, awesome. North Carolina. I used to be stationed in North Carolina in Camp Lejeune. I liked North Carolina. I almost stayed there, but I ended up moving to Texas for some reason. Oh, because I was working for Games Workshop. All right, so, well, you know what? I appreciate your service, and I know that sounds weird, but for the people that did not serve in the military, you guys kept all this running for us while we're out there doing our thing. So we do appreciate everything you guys do because we've got a home to come back to. So thank you. So Warhammer Underworlds, I'm betting is going to be, what is it, Season 4, Season 5, whatever that's going to be. And that's that box with the Lumineth Realm Lords, I'm betting, and the Hedonites of Slaanesh. No idea about the Middle Earth. No idea. Necromunda, it probably is going to be House Van Saar. And or we might this is House Van Saar, we know is supposed to be the next on the roadmap, so it's probably going to be Van Saar. I would be surprised if it wasn't. The only thing I could think of would be the Clan Spire or House Spire, and or maybe the Scavies or the Ratkin. But Van Saar probably is what it's going to be centered around. That's where all the rumors and the information that we've gotten, probably it's going to be. Age of Sigmar, probably going to be centered around the Hedonites of Slaanesh, probably the mortal version of that. That's my guess right now. And or probably book 2 for the Broken Realms, because book 1 is out right now. This will be a preview for the upcoming Broken Realms book, which is probably going to be January. It'd be surprising if it was December, because those are big, beefy books. I'm going to be very surprised if it's December. But we'll see. We'll see. So a lot of predictions. I'm going to have, probably tonight, I'll have a much more concise prediction list of what I think it's going to be based on the information that we've collected from our sources and what GW has put out. So tonight, 6 p.m., we will do that. And then following tonight's evening show at 7:30 p.m., I'll be over here on Havoc Maker Studio. Got the graphic up on the screen. And we'll be painting, I think tonight's schedule was Thousand Suns and something else. I don't have my schedule in front of me, but I believe, we're going to be painting Ahriman and his Disc of Tzeentch, because we're going to be going, excuse the term, but balls deep into that Disc of Tzeentch, because there's a lot of detail if you've never seen it. A lot of detail. So I'm going to be focusing mainly on that disc. Probably won't touch Ahriman, because that disc is so much detail. And I want this thing to pop. All right. So tonight, Havoc Maker Studio, we're going to be covering that. I'll have an announcement pop up. And yeah, that'll be fun. So I'll see you guys tonight, 6 p.m. Central Time, or 7:30 p.m., or I'll just see you on Friday morning. Same time. Ice Reaper, nice to meet you, and I really appreciate you following. And I'm gonna, when I have a break after the show later on today, I'm gonna go check out your channel, and I'll talk about it tonight on Havoc Maker Studio. So you guys all have yourself a wonderful, wonderful Wednesday. Please be safe, social distance, wash your hands, wear your masks, have some hand sanitizer just in case. Whether you care about it at all or not, just do it. And also, some of you out there, please brush your teeth and wear deodorant. Society appreciates it. All right, I'll talk to you all later. Have a wonderful day.